I don't know if I have a go-to song. It's constantly transitioning. It's always like one thing or another, depending on a situation. What a little thought in my head, then automatically I relate it to a song, and that's how embedded those songs are. Right?
So what is that?
Do you want me to sing it?
Go ahead. Go for
I
it.
want to
Go
sing
for
it.
Give us a hint.
Give us a hint. Actually, that's true.
Absolutely
Don't tell
embarrassing.
us. Give us a hint.
Okay, you're not gonna know this. Okay,
Give us a clue.
okay. The movie is Thanedar. Okay.
Tanedar. I don't even know that movie. But
The
go
actor is Sanjay Dutt and Madhuri Dixit.
Okay, I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tama loge. Are you kidding me?
Why? Why is this stuck in my head like since 2 days?
But just right now, not forever.
No, not for. But
Okay.
it is like a go-to.
It's one
For
of
some
the-
reason, it's a go-to.
It's your go-to song?
Because it's a fun song.
But is it like Tama Loge?
It's like
Tama tama loge tama.
Why in the world is that your...
Aha.
it's one of the most like if,
Kya daddy, kya amma.
If
I mean,
there's-
brilliant lyricism here.
I don't
Okay.
think so. I don't think that's
If there's
brilliant
one
lyricism.
song-
But
If I'm allowed
Ladies
to-
music.
If
Yes.
I'm allowed to erase one song out of Hindi movie, it would be that. And then Choli Ke Piche Kya. If I
Oh
can
my
take
gosh.
those two songs out, I will be very happy. Actually, that's number 2.
I mean, you said
Okay.
it's the best, one of the best lyrics. I'm like,
No, I'm
"Fir
being
kya daddy, kya
yeah, I'm
amma?"
being
It's like,
facetious.
what kind of lyrics are
No, but
She's
it's like
being
it's so
sarcastic.
simple though.
Yeah.
It's like who
Yeah.
wrote this?
But-
who got paid
But
to
I-
write this?
Actually,
First
that's
of all,
true. Like, look at this. Look at the lyrics that are like have no depth at all. But at the same time, the music that he imposed on those lyrics is what makes the song.
don't be surprised if it's a copy of some
It
song.
is copy.
Like it's probably a copy.
Remember, Jumma Jumma
Oh, right,
De
right,
De.
right.
No,
And then
that's a different song.
No, they were. They
Tune
it
is
was
the
kind of.
same.
They
No, the
overlap.
tunes are different.
They're absolutely the same. Look,
They're
you can
literally
sing.
the
You
same.
sing Juma Juma De De, and I'll sing Tama Tama Loge. Okay.
Okay, go. 1, 2,
I don't
3.
think that's a. I don't remember the tune, but I don't think that's the
I'll
same
sing
tune.
it. I'll sing
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Jumma
Tama
Jumma De De.
Tama Tama Loge.
Jumma.
Something like that.
Jumma.
But don't tell me you still think
How
it's
is that song like the next stanza of that
I mean,
song?
who
How does it
cares? But
matter?
the
They're
only
pretty
thing
much-
people remember is Tama Tama Loge.
Yeah.
The average person doesn't remember Tu Premi, Main Premi. Like they don't
Yeah.
remember.
Or Jamaica Din Gya, Jamaica Wada. They're basically
that is the lyrics. Okay.
So,
But I bet you, since they both have
yeah.
the same melody, each of those music composers was probably saying, "Oh no, I copied it from."
Or
You know,
maybe
some
it's the same
XYZ
company.
song from some other, musical
but
or
maybe they
European.
can. It could be that legally they're the same
You're
company
so-
or something.
you're looking for all kinds
You're
of
so
excuses
positive.
for these people.
You're so
Puppy
positive.
Lady used to copy songs all the
All
time.
the time.
All the time. Name a song and he copied
Name
it.
a composer that didn't. It was so heartbreaking. Do you remember, Upma, when we went to an Irish band concert? Right, it was like an Irish festival, and they had
those
these
Italian songs.
These were
and the-
Irish bands
Traditional
singing,
Irish songs.
yeah,
and they were
songs.
so much fun. By the way, they were so good. But like at least 2-3 songs were like, oh my god, that's from 1960s. I think it's a Devanand song, and it was copied. Like
Yeah.
They pretty much
Elvis
copied everyone.
Presley and all
Elvis
those
Presley, they copied all
so
the time.
many,
Yeah.
so many.
Yeah. So it's kind of
So
kind of
what's
sad.
your go-to song?
I don't have. I'm kind of like you, where my songs change, and what I do, honestly, because music sticks to my brain. I don't know if that happens to everyone, but it happens to me.
That's why.
So
music
I am
is
so careful. I've actually, okay, fun fact, kind of given up on listening to Hindi music because it sticks so hard on me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it just overtakes my brain if I listen to a song. I heard a song, I think it was, who was singing it? It was some cover of this song, Lai Vi Na Gaye Te Nibhai Vi Na Gaye.
Yeah.
I think I was singing that song
For days.
for like 5 days.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, but I need to sing it better. So I was like, sing to it again. I'm like, oh, he goes, Lai Vi. I'm going to try to sing it like that.
Do you have those songs that just like they went so well with the movie? They're so heartbreaking that when you listen to it, your heart breaks, and when you remember it, your heart breaks. Like for me, that song is from that movie. Oh my gosh, Shah Rukh Khan's Om Shanti Om.
Oh, that.
But it's not. I mean, it doesn't break my heart.
It breaks my
but
heart. The way she sang it, just that, not the whole song, but the way she sings it, that portion of that song is just hits me so hard that I'm like, oh, that's.
But can we go back to that and ask Vanita the same question? What is your go-to? So you've been asking us, what's our go-to? What's your go-to?
I do have a go-to.
Okay.
Which
Is
is
it
involuntary
forever? Same
response.
song?
It's involuntary.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
is it
Like,
for
if I'm
happy
just
situations
sitting-
or just in
No,
general?
just in general. The tune
Yeah.
is stuck in my head, and it's
Let me guess.
involuntary response, meaning nothing can trigger it. It just comes.
Always?
Which
you
one?
have the same
Yeah,
one song?
it's Mera dil bhi kitna pagal
Oh, mere sajan.
Oh mere sajan, oh mere sajan, sajan sajan, mere sajan. I mean,
it's
how
not a
simple?
bad
How
song.
simple?
Okay.
It's one word, and it's so they just added so much melody
Yeah.
to just that one word.
I think it was
And I
Nadeem
think
Shravan
that
music.
maybe there's that pattern that sticks to me. So when I'm doing absolutely nothing, and if I think of like, oh yeah, songs, oh mere sajan, that is my go-to.
Good to know. I had no idea that was going on in your brain all the time.
Always.
But
Yeah,
that's a
mine is
beautiful
always
song.
changing.
I mean,
Okay, what's a song that you love that you think if you tell people, they'll be like, what the hell? I already told you,
Oh,
Tama Tama
many,
Loge. I
many.
actually kind of like it too.
oh goodness.
Okay.
Many songs. Many songs. I'm trying to think of
That you're
now,
like, I don't even want to tell my family. I listen to it in secret.
oh, I don't listen to it. Probably it just is in my brain somehow from like childhood or something. There was. I remember when I was little. You know those songs like you hear for the 1st time and you're like, I love this song. There's a movie, Rishi Kapoor movie. It's called Jahrila Insan. Okay.
Oh my
it
gosh.
came on TV when I was young.
I think it's
of
actually a
those
good movie, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
watching it because from the name, you think, oh, it's going to be really like,
Yeah.
fighting or whatever. But I think it was actually a very nice movie.
And I remember once I heard the song and it was something like, Main hoon Jahrila Insan. I remember running around in the house singing that song because it was so simple. Like I understood all the lyrics, like Jahrila Insan. I didn't understand deeply, but like on the surface. And I remember running around. I'm like, this is a really good song, and so I still somehow remember that was like one of my earlier loves.
What about you? Do you have a song that you're like embarrassed? Like, I won't even tell my family. I secretly like this song.
I don't know if
I don't
I'm
want to admit to it.
embarrassed, but I think people might consider it awkward that I may like that song, and that would be
Some Kareena
like-
Kapoor song.
no. It's way
She
like
lucky
when
Giovanni.
Daddy was like probably little, like kabhi yaar kabhi paar laga.
Everybody
Those
loves
are
that
cute
song.
though. Yeah, those
I
are
love that.
timeless.
But I think if I randomly just sing it, people would be like, "Why are you singing that song?" You know.
I would probably
But I
like
find
sing
so
along.
much beauty. But the awkward part is, I don't hear it in my voice, even though I'm singing it in my voice. But I hear, I think it's Shamshad Begum or one of those older
ladies.
singers.
Yeah.
You know, it has a whole. It's not Lata Mangeshkar
Do you sing
style.
it in the nasally voice that she did? I think she's kind of nasally.
So
right?
I like it in her voice. Yeah, I can't imagine that song in any other voice.
Right.
You know, so it's like kabhi yaar, you know, it's a different tone completely, and I like that part of the song.
Good. That's good.
There's another one which is, I'm like, who was the genius who wrote these lyrics? Like way from like 1940s, 50s, you know, where like log kahe main bawari, mere ulche ulche baal, mera kala kala dil hai, mere gore gore gaal, main chali
Zindani ढूंढे
सारा गाँव रे, पूछ मेरा क्या नाम रे, नदी किनारे गाँव रे.
So these are actually really cute songs.
Because it's almost like a storytelling
Yeah,
so
it's
type
kind
of
of-
a
yeah.
cute song. It's about one girl who's like just describing her personality and where she lives as a character and setting. That's what makes a movie.
There is another song that I was surprising. Like I never took this song seriously. Like whenever I listened to it, this is from the 70s. I never really like listened to the lyrics. And one day I'm listening to the song in my car, no other distraction in my car. So I start listening to the lyrics and I'm like, this is actually pretty nice. From the movie Pariche, Jatinder.
Okay.
How do you remember the names of movies? I remember songs, but I don't remember the
I
names of
love
movies.
that
Such a
movie. So it's kind of
beautiful movie.
it's Annie remake of, oh, not Annie.
No.
What's another one?
Pariche is not.
It is no. It is a remake of an American movie. I forgot which one. Oh, like Sound of Music, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is. It is. So he's like their tutor. He's not their nanny. He's their tutor.
Okay.
And then he goes to their house to teach the kids.
I
and
think
these
I
kids,
remember. Who
they're
was the
bratty.
actor?
Jatinder and Jai Bhadari.
Was it Sare Ke
Oh,
Sare
the
Gaon?
Sare
So the
Ke
song,
Sare
I think it's in that movie. So the song that I actually like is Musafir. Musafir hu yaro.
Nagar hai.
The whole song. I cannot
It
sing
makes
that song,
sense.
but it's a beautiful song. And I think Gulzar wrote the lyrics. And whatever Gulzar always wrote was just very beautiful.
Did you know that Kabhi Kabhi song was written by Sahir Ludhianvi?
Yeah.
I thought he was much older lyricist than that time, but I guess not.
You must have been
Kabhi
still
Kabhi was-
around.
Yeah.
But then again, so maybe, I don't know if he was around, because sometimes what Yash Chopra did, like he did this for the movie Veer Zara, where even though Madan Mohan had passed away in like the 1970s, they took his music and then they fitted that into Veer Zara. Like they modernized it a little
lyrics
bit.
or music?
The music.
The music.
The
For,
music of
for
that
Veer
movie.
Zara was actually Madan Mohan, and Madan Mohan's son, Sanjeev something. He sort of added more melody to make it more current and contemporary.
So they had the recordings of music that he hadn't
Yeah.
published?
So he had like a
Wow.
whole library of like unused music by Madan
Wow,
Mohan.
That's amazing.
So going back to what you were saying about Kabhi Kabhi, that song by Sahil
Sahil Ludhianvi.
is written for Amrita Pritam. He
Oh,
wrote
cha,
I
cha,
didn't know
cha.
that.
because he was
in love with the
her.
Amrita Pritam.
Yeah.
I thought, this is scandalous. I thought Shiv Kumar Batalvi,
No.
didn't he
No,
like,
no, no,
I
he
thought he
wasn't.
No,
did.
Shiv Kumar Batalvi was
was
not
much
connected
later.
to Amrita Pritam at all.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
He the story is that his love was somebody else.
That's why Ikkukudi. That's when he
Ikkukudi.
wrote that song Ikkukudi.
Yeah.
It was he'd gone on vacation to Shimla or something, some hill station to
Yeah.
India jande ne. And he saw this girl and maybe they interacted a little bit and then somehow he never saw her again.
Yeah.
And he kept looking for her, he couldn't find her. And so he wrote that song, Ik Kudi Jida Naam Mohabbat. Gum hai, gum hai, gum hai. That's for her.
See, that would be heartbreaking for me.
Yeah.
Something like that would break my heart.
His stuff is heartbreaking. Mai Ni Mai, that like
Yeah.
different singers have sang it in different versions over time, and there's this rendition by Jagjit Singh, and it's so good.
Yeah.
But you can't listen to it because it's just so packed with
you'll
so many
cry.
emotions. Yeah, it's packed with so many emotions.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with music, and I just love the fact that I know, Indian movies, people just call them, oh, it's a musical. And then they think musical as Western, musicals. And it's not the same. Indian musicals are like, they're there to reveal the inner emotions of the characters, but also give the viewers a little break from the story itself and then bring in a little entertainment, a little comedy, a little dance, a little, a little something else too.
Yeah.
And I think that it's such a shame that people do. Hey, what do you guys think about like the Coke Studio type of stuff? What do you
love
think
that
about that?
I love that too, especially Pakistani Coke Studio. Their songs and the way they do them, it's less pretentious. I think that's the difference because Pakistani Coke Studio sets the tone. And then Indian Coke Studio is always trying to be that Coke Studio.
It's not the same.
No.
I mean, ultimately, it's not the
They
the
have
same.
their own.
Okay.
So Pakistan has their Coke Studio, India has their own Coke Studio. And the Pakistani Coke Studio songs are always a hit.
And why is it called Coke Studio?
It's
I
affiliated.
guess
it's
Coke is
by
the sponsor, maybe?
Coke is sponsoring
Sponsors
it.
these
Yeah.
songs?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'm
Probably
not
the
crazy
studio
about
itself.
it. Like I've had, I'm a little bit like a love-hate thing with them. What I don't like about them is I feel like they just water everything down so much.
Like what?
And they just take the sort of they tame it down too much. So it's more
I
tame.
thought
So
it
for
was
example,
not tamed. I thought it's
Oh,
actually
no.
more
Oh, no.
enhanced.
Oh no! Like, I mean, one example, it was sad to see. There's this Pakistani singer. I think his name is
Nasibullah?
Alam Lohar.
Alam Lohar, yeah.
Arif
Jugni.
Lohar. I think Arif Lohar is the
Lohar,
son.
sorry.
Alam Lohar was the dad.
Jugni, they're known for their
So,
jugni.
well, he's known for a lot of songs, but he did Jugni for Coke Studio. So when he did that, I was like, this is so sad to see. Because when he performs, he loves to perform. He's a very joyous performer. When he performs, there's joy. He's running around stage. He's got a chimta in his hands. That's his trademark, right? He has a chimta in his hand. He's banging on the chimta. He's like a headbanger. He's, bobbing his heads like up and down. He's into it fully. When you watch that jugni, I was like,
It's
did
too
they
civilized.
sedate the man? Like, where is Arif Lohar? Like, that's what he's
Did
known
they say,
for.
like, do not run around the stage? Do not be headbanging.
Stay in one place. You are going to sing, no chimta. And I was like, I feel
See,
like
that's the difference,
that's
because
sad.
when it becomes a performance, some of these true artists, they're not there they're in their mind, they're not performing. That's just them. That's their art, that's their life. It's not a performance, it's life itself. And when you put them on a stage and you say, you're going to sit over here and this person's going to sit here and you're going to do this, it's then becomes a performance, And that's what you're seeing. Like he's made to be a performer when he's actually, this is his true art.
Well, I mean, the way he's performing, that's not him. So if you've seen him multiple times, you're like, who is this person? And I don't see the joy. Like, I don't see it's a great song. And what's great about it is it reached an audience that normally would not have known about him.
Yeah. True.
So that's one good thing. And they've done some great things, like the one that they did, I forget the song. I think it's Alice T singing it with the little girl that kind of chimes in. Forget that song. It's very
not Ali Sethi, the new song.
Yeah, I don't know who the singer is. So that's it. Like, to me, that's a beautiful song. It's a production. It's, they did it all in one take, the whole song, the way they filmed it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful to me. But when they consistently just take like, I think it's Challa with Gurdas Mann and Diljit Dosanjh, they sang it together. Beautiful song. But why are we watering it down so much? And then sometimes they take out those Indian instruments. Like, I'm like, where's the tabla? Where is the dole? Where's the right? Like, why are we having to westernize this, repackage these beautiful songs into sort of a Western audience? And I think that's what I have an issue with. I know everybody loves Coke, so
But I
I'm
think
like
going back to your earlier mention, where you said that, the songs are there for not just, it doesn't have to make sense. It's just revealing that character's personality or simply giving us a break from the film. I think that says a lot about actually how we are in everyday Desi households. Like if I'm doing something, if two people are sitting together, they might just randomly start singing a song if they remember something. So I've heard this somewhere. So movies kind of reflect that whole personality as people. We sing, as songs are part of us. So somebody once said that. They said they went to, it was some Western artists. They said when they went to India, let's say, and I'm sure it's a similar thing in Pakistan, South Asia in general, but they went to India and they said what they learned was that in the Western countries, you are, let's say, you might say, I'm into music. And they said, no, in those places, music is inside them. So music is so part of you that you don't have to say, I'm into music, because music is in you.
Well, when you think about it, right? Guru Granth Sahib Ji, like everything is combined with music, right?
There are
When
no
you
chapters. It's arranged with musical sections.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's such a big part. No one says, I don't like music, or music it doesn't play a role. It's like, it's part of everything.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a center point in a way.
When you think about what I like about Desi culture is, and I'll say Desi, which I mean like South Asia,
South
right?
Asian subcontinent.
What I love about Desi culture is that your voice is good, your voice is bad, your voice is horrible, you're still going to sing. You're still singing. And it's all good. It's accepted.
Yeah.
It's accepted if you're someone singing in public.
I was listening to, what's Farhan Akhtar's dad's name?
Javed Akhtar.
Javed Akhtar. I was listening to Javed Akhtar, and he was saying there's a huge difference between Western music and Indian music, you can say tradition, okay? Musical tradition. And he said in India, you listen to music, and after listening to it for a couple of times, and he goes, you can go to any part of India, anybody in India. After listening to it, they're listening to start singing, okay? So when you're listening to music, you're really, when you listen to it for the first time, after second time, third time, you'll be singing it without hesitation. You're singing it. You're not going to be able to catch Lata Mangeshkar's melody and her range.
You're not going to get that key, right?
But it doesn't
it's not
matter.
happening.
And nor is anyone expecting you to, right?
Yeah.
And he said in the Western tradition of music, no one, when Michael Jackson sings, after listening to him second time, you don't just find people like in the street singing the whole song.
You can't copy it.
They are just listening to it, okay? And he said the problem is that now with the Indian Bollywood movies, they're trying to be very Western, and they're putting Western style music in there,
which we
so
cannot
that's why he
sing.
says like you talk to a 10-year-old, right? And you say, okay, sing a song. They'll sing a 15-year-old song or a 20-year-old song because the current songs are not singable.
That's so true. That is so
cool
true.
concept. They're not like singability of the song.
I can't tell you one single song currently that is maybe from like 10 years ago, but nothing currently that is like sticking that you're like, oh my God, this
the
is
one
great.
you were just singing in the hallway, like, oh, Jane Jana. Like, who's
I
gonna
love
sing
that
and sing?
song.
No, you can love that song.
I also
as
like
the
doing the
music
Salman Khan
is-
moves with it.
No,
But
as the music is playing, it's fun to participate with that song. But if you're sitting by yourself or you're just want to sing something, you're not gonna go, oh, Jane Jana.
But I do.
Here's the thing. You guys are talking about two different things here, because the music you're talking about, that song came out probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
No, that song came out like
20 years
20
ago.
years
Okay.
ago when
So
Kajol
that
was
is
still young.
Still
When
a
Javed
little bit
Akhtar is
singable.
talking about a
Okay.
singable song, he's putting that song in that category. The songs that are not singable, we don't know them.
We don't know
We
them.
don't know them.
Because
I
we
don't know
sing
one
them.
song that is singable that I can think of right now that came out in 2025, 2024, 2023.
It's
Well,
kinda
a couple of
it's
them. I
kinda
mean,
like
there was, I
It's
think-
kind of like cooking a dish, but it's not edible.
Yeah,
I think
You're just
okay.
you're not gonna remember it. very
I will
much.
say that I think because of social media, there are a couple of songs that I'm like, oh,
Okay.
this is catchy. Like I think there's a movie that came out, Pathaan, and there were a couple of songs
Okay,
in it that
Pathaan
were
had a couple of
catchy,
songs, yeah.
right?
Okay.
Besharam something, Besharam Rang, I think.
Besharam Rang,
Rang, and
yeah.
then the Shah Rukh Khan one, the other one. So some of them, but like that's like
Once
one
in a
movie in like
while.
2-3 years that I'm like, oh, I think I like that.
But when I'm
song.
thinking of singable songs, we're still singing like Kabhi Kabhi, those songs that are just like you can sit and sing, or even some Madhuri Dixit song, or like Ek Ladki Ko Dekha To Aisa Laga. Like these are singable songs.
When you think about it, like even now, the kids, if they're going to dance and perform
They're
with the
still
song, they're
singing
still doing
Chupole
Devdas
Churiya.
songs and they're doing Hum
yeah.
Dil De Chuke Sanam songs. Like they're still like doing the same
Yeah.
Aishwarya Rai,
Yeah.
Madhuri Dixit songs.
Well, what
like,
are the songs
we have
nowadays?
not advanced to
I
it.
don't know if I know a song from 2025 from a Hindi movie.
Because they took out the instruments. Like my biggest frustration, my biggest pet peeve with the current music is so when Atif Aslam went to India and he brought like a different style, in my opinion, okay? There's sort of like a rock alternative type of thing, but mellow. And he didn't necessarily need tabla and all of those things. And it was interesting, it was a change, but then everybody just leaned into it so much now
They forgot
that it's
everything.
like they've taken out, there's like sometimes I'm like, where's the tabla? Like that's my way, that's my litmus test to
that's
make
how
sure that
you're-
is the song good or not.
That's how you're keeping
Put
up
some
with
sitar in it, like bring the sitar
Well,
back.
we have to have rhythm. That's
Yeah.
one thing,
Yeah.
right? So if we can't get that pattern, we're not going to be able to sing a song.
Which, if you listen to some of the American songs nowadays, they're trying to use
They're trying to
tabla
bring in tabla
on a
and
more
stuff,
regular
yeah.
basis, in a more sort of like, a prominent, role in that song, in that composition. And that's kind of
They're
nice.
saying, like you said Atif Aslam, but I would say A.R. Rahman, because what happened with A.R. Rahman is when he came and he automated everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so he started using, so all of them, and this is what
percussions and stuff.
I heard, that all the old-fashioned people who could play instruments, who used to play,
violin
remember the
guy,
With orchestra. They had an
tabla guy,
orchestra.
the tolki guy.
loved it.
Yeah.
Orchestra.
They're all out of work now.
Wow,
They're
that's
all
not
out of
good.
work. And they said in the future, it's just going to be worse and worse and worse. Because you don't need that anymore. You could just
But
computerize everything.
That's the same thing now.
Yeah.
Like, that's already happening.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because I think when you do have like the actual instruments, it brings another
Makes a
depth to the sound.
difference. Yeah.
Well, so have you guys heard that famous song from Param Kaur, That Girl?
Yeah, the new one?
Really good, right?
I don't- I'm like,
people like her so much that they're calling her the next Sidhu Moosewala. They're calling her the next Sidhu Moosewala. So she was discovered online, right, through social media. The composer went to India, recorded her, and this is his video. Like he's put it on his social media. I had that song, like the music ready in like 15 minutes. That song was done in 15 minutes. She obviously wrote the lyrics. The lyrics are actually very good. She already had the right sound, but adding that music and everything, he's like, I had it down in 15 minutes.
So why? Like, is
Because
that a good? Should you be proud of
because
that?
they didn't need instruments. They didn't
It's like
need
instant gratification.
Same thing with that guy who does the music for Karan Aujla. Like, it takes, you have so many choices, and how do you put it all together? And that takes some skill. I definitely think that it's not for everybody to get it right? But still, it's like, where's the true instruments? Bring them back.
Well, here's the thing. And one thing about AI is that,
I don't know if are they using AI though?
well, it is part of, when you think it's
Automation.
automation is AI. There's no difference. Okay. So you have, AI has access to whatever's already been done. Okay. AI is not going to invent anything new. And I think that's the mistake people make. They think, now with AI, we can have new music. You can't.
It's not
you can
new.
only have music that already exists, and it's going to just remix it and give you a new version of what is already there.
It's like whatever's in that well already, it's just picking from that
From the
well.
well,
It can't really create new things.
So interestingly enough, I was listening to this last week. I decided to try Beethoven, and I was like,
I
you know
love
what?
Beethoven, by the way. Yeah.
So
Dun, dun,
I
dun,
was like, well, I couldn't focus, and I said, turning off everything, all the social media, all TV, everything, and I'm just gonna turn on Beethoven, and I'm just gonna do my work. The kind of focus and concentration I got was amazing. And the music, the fact that this was done, more than probably like 300-400 years ago, I should have looked it up. I don't know when Beethoven created this music, but it was new to me, right? But it was so
modern,
amazing.
right? It's
Oh
so
my
modern.
God.
So, when you're in college, you have to take those general ed. And I got into, I got placed into music appreciation. I was like, what the hell am I going to do here? But it was so, it was so eye-opening because I never knew. You hear Beethoven and you're like, yeah, this is elevator music. It's not supposed to be good. But then listen to Beethoven's, I think it's Fifth Symphony.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I was
That's
listening
really
to.
good. And then Beethoven's piano sonatas. Listen to those, beautiful, and Mozart. And by the way, Mozart, when you listen to him, you're like, oh my God, this was in Qiyamah Se Qiyamah Tak. That's when I heard this melody for the first time.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's good when they expose, like these Indian movies, they're exposing you to a sort of a bigger world out there. I just wish they told us, hey, this is from Mozart, and you're loving it.
And all the background
Be nice.
music, when something's happening, it's like da 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 da. That's Beethoven. Da 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 da. Right?
Yeah.
No one tells you that.
Yeah.
And then he even himself said it was like, he said it was almost like something very urgent at your door. Da 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 da. Like act now.
yeah.
And it has totally that feeling.
Yeah. And so it's like my gripe with doing away with, any kind of artist when it comes to creating music, is that have we just closed it? Have we said we've done it all? ਹੁਣ ਕੋਈ ਨਵੇਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, because now our computer has all the information of all the art that's been created and we're just going to remix it. It's like going to a DJ concert versus going to like listening to a live concert. Like a live concert, or someone who's very creative, like listening to their music. So we're limiting ourselves because we're saying it's not worth the money to hire an artist.
Jazz is kind of like that. Jazz, like I can't listen to jazz and I do not have an appreciation for jazz. But if you listen to it live, and you see the joy of the performers and how they're into it and how the people are interacting through their instruments with each other, that's amazing to watch. And you're not going to get that through AI. That's just not going to happen.
Live music has it's like, remember, we just still talking about our concert.
Irish concert.
The Irish
so
concert.
much fun.
The bagpipes and stuff. It's so much fun. Or if you listen to Toll live, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's actually playing Toll, and then you can, just hear the echo in your, the bass and everything.
It's like a call, right?
Yeah,
like it's like a call, like do
because
something.
music is supposed to be, it's a participatory art. It's not supposed to, I mean, it can be solo, by yourself also. But it is very much so in the Desi community, it's a participatory act. So for us to be using AI to recreate something that's so human and so universal, it doesn't feel right. Because it's like, why aren't we producing something? Why are we needing machines to produce things?
So can I ask you guys, can we do a quiz on, since we've been talking about Bollywood music, can I ask you guys a question?
Has to be
I will try.
answerable.
I'm not
It
known
has
to be great
singable. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're
spur
not
of the moment
singing.
type of person.
No,
but
it's a question.
I shall try.
It's a question.
Okay, go
on.
Right?
Your
Go for
questions
it.
are a little bit tough. I've done your quizzes before.
Well,
let's give it a shot.
Do it, yeah.
It's going to be an easy one. It's about Lata Mangeshkar.
Okay.
You guys,
Okay.
that's easy, right? I'm not asking you anything like
There is. I
It
mean,
can
she
be
had
hard
like
'cause
only
I have-
like a 5-decade-long career, so I don't know.
I'm only saying in like 12 different languages. Okay, go ahead.
We'll start with the real easy. And
Okay.
we'll do pretend or
Legit.
Legit or
I'm like,
pretend.
what? Legit or pretend. Okay. This is going to be super easy. Okay.
Okay. So you
first
say.
question.
Okay.
And whoever wants to go, you guys can blurt out the answer. Legit or pretend, Lata Mangeshkar started singing in the 1950s.
Pretend.
Pretend. I think it's earlier.
It's definitely earlier.
Legit or pretend, she started singing in 1947.
Pretend.
I would say pretend.
So 1947 was her first hit song.
Right.
That's when she started. When she became sort of a household name. What was the song that was the super hit song, her first song that she became known for?
Is it a Mere Watan? No, that
Is
came
it
after.
dupatta something mera hawa mein udta jaye? Would it be that one?
No.
Okay.
It is
do
a
like that
very
song,
well known
though.
song.
Is it a popular song? Okay.
Very popular song. You all know it.
Okay, can
I'll
can
give
we
you
narrow it
another
down
hint.
like an actress or
Give us a
something?
hint.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
The actress is Madhubala.
Madhubala. Is it Jab Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya? No.
That was later. Yeah.
Madhubala.
I'll give you another hint.
Madhubala. Okay.
Is it,
I was thinking of
Madhubala?
I was thinking of the Kumari, Meena Kumari.
No.
Okay, Madhubala. What movie?
Mehal.
No, oh.
Mehal.
The movie is Mehal. It's
Oh,
scary
is it
movie.
that?
It's a scary movie.
Was in the
No,
that's a different movie.
That's
Okay.
Anarkali. That movie's
Okay.
Anarkali.
Okay.
Okay.
Scary movie. I don't know. I don't know
Okay,
enough about old movies.
I'm lost for words.
She's on a chula.
I don't know.
Oh, is that her first
that's
song?
your first song?
No, that's
I mean, that's her first.
I mean, that's her
hit.
first
that's
popular
what
song.
Put her on
Popular
the
song.
map, kind of thing.
That's
good. Okay.
That
Okay.
put her on the map, and she never left after that.
Because she
Right,
sang
see.
it so well. That song
It
is
was
so
just
well sung.
different. It was very like girly. Her voice was so like when you think about it, right? Compared to Shamshad Begum, compared to Noor Jahan, compared to all the other singers of that time, they had a little bit more something extra, a little extra spice to their voice, I would say. And that's my opinion. Okay. And but hers was just so feminine, so girly, so delicate.
She was only,
I think
She was very young when she started.
and when did she start? What was her first recorded song? What year?
I'll say
I
12.
She started in probably 9.
But what year was her first recorded song?
That I don't know.
Guess, you guys are
Like
close.
1920s.
Well, if 1947 is when she was singing, so I would say like 1939-ish.
1942.
Okay.
It was for a Marathi. She's Marathi,
Yeah.
I think. Or
Yeah,
is
she is.
She's from
I don't know. I feel like everybody is like, oh, she's my auntie. And then Hema Malini is not Marathi, right? She's from South India.
I don't know about Hema Malini, but I know Lata Mangeshkar is Maharashtra.
And then there was also this other actress, Madhu, who was around in like nine. She also said she was Lata Mangeshkar's niece. So,
well, there
but they're
are
South
because
Indian.
no, because it's a well-known musician's family. Her father was a classical singer on radio, Lata Mangeshkar's father. They were very poor, and that's why she couldn't finish her education.
I have a quiz question for you, since we're talking about Hema
Wait,
Malini.
but let me finish my
Oh, sorry, I
topic
thought you were
first.
done. Okay,
So I'm
go
just
on.
I just wanted to finish that, just out of respect for Lata Mangeshkar, that she used to. Asha Bhonsle, her sister, was telling this story, and it reminded me of us walking to school, because they would walk to school but she couldn't continue her education beyond like elementary school, because they were very poor.
That's very sad.
And part of the reason why a lot of these well-known artists started so young is because their families they needed to support their families.
Well, that's why they worked so hard. Otherwise, there would have been married off by the age of, I mean, we're talking about like 1940s, maybe by the age of 18, 17, they would have been married off and they needed the money.
And
A lot
then
of the artists
these were the working moms in those days, because Asha Bhonsle, the way she talks about it, it's kind of like how we talk about it now, women working out there. She would say, I would go record the song, but I needed to go home and make lunch for my kids because they'd be coming from school. I needed to pick them from school. Imagine, this is like 1950s, 1940s. That's what they were doing at that time. Lata Mangeshkar, I don't think she had any kids, but
She didn't
Asha
marry
Bhonsle
and
did.
She didn't have children. Yeah. She kind of sacrificed everything for this. So
Do you have any other questions?
I have many questions, but you were saying something.
You were gonna
so-
say
Well, I feel like you already researched her, so maybe you're going to get this right. Okay.
I'm done with Lata.
So when Lata was born, what was her name? Because Lata was not her name.
Oh, dude.
I don't know.
That's a good one. Krishna.
Hema.
Hey, Ma.
So she was born as Hema Mangeshkar, but then I guess her dad wrote some kind of a screenplay, and in that a character was named Lata. So then they at some point just changed her name to Lata. I guess that was her singing name,
I'm glad,
just Lata.
because otherwise it was like Hema and then another Hema Malini. So it's like, which Hema are we talking
They
about?
probably wouldn't have. She probably wouldn't have come in as Hema Malini. Then they would.
Then they
probably
would have changed her name.
names.
Yeah.
Did you so did you ever watch the movie Lakin?
Yes.
That was produced by Lata Mangeshkar, and her brother did the music for that film, and that music is amazing.
Yeah.
That classical sound in there. But in that movie, there was a song in there that I don't know if you remember, Yara Sili Sili, which Reshma, the singer, has a song called Ve Main Chori Chori Tere Naal La Liya. And it's like it's the same tune.
Put the
Yeah,
two
it's
and
the
two
same tune.
together.
But I always wondered, and I wish like maybe one of our listeners can tell us, is it because it's from the same region? Because I think Reshma is kind of Rajasthani, Punjabi sort of region, and then this was also Rajasthani region too.
Yeah.
That is that the sound is the same. It's very
copy.
fascinating. Yeah.
It's a copy.
It's a copy. There's no other way
Or maybe
to
it's
say it.
or maybe it's a folk song, and then both kind of added lyrics to it. It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, I would assume that if Reshma sang that, that's a folk. If it's a folk song, she sang the folk song.
Right.
So the folk song must be, if it is, I don't know. But if Ve Main Chori Chori, a folk song, then she sang it as it is. I don't imagine her to be monkeying around with the folk song.
Even,
She doesn't
even
seem
that
like
song,
the type who
like
would.
Chittiyan Kalaiyan Ve, it's Balochistan.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's their folk song. They have, it's on YouTube. You can search it up.
Yeah.
I mean, lyrics are different.
Yeah.
They're not singing Baby Doll and all that.
Yeah. Oh. No, that song, Baby Doll, Madone Vargi, that's also
That's
theirs.
also their song.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
I thought it was some Punjabi song.
No,
I mean,
it's like
Balochistan is very close to Punjab.
Yeah.
The whole Punjab and Balochistan are. Balochistan is like on the border of Pakistan and Iran. So part of so that on the border, people who live around there, those are the Baloch people.
Yeah, they're redheaded most of the time. They have like
A lot
red
of
hair.
them,
If you
Yeah.
look at them, they have like very
unique
interesting
look.
features.
Wasn't like Raj Kumar or one of those actors like from Balochistan?
I can totally imagine that Rajkumar would be because he had a very unique look.
Yeah.
Raj Kumar.
Not
Okay, yeah,
Kapoor, but
Raj
Kumar.
Kumar.
He had a
Yeah, I was
very-
kind of
He had a very
confused for a
unique
second.
way of
Yeah.
his posture, his facial
His speaking
features,
style.
his speaking style.
different.
Yeah. It was
It's love-hate. Either
Yeah.
people think he's fantastic or they're like, don't ever.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to watch a movie of
he
that guy.
is like one of those, like in certain, as playing a certain character, you're like, that's fantastic, right? When he played Heat Ranja, you're like, yeah, that's Ranja. It couldn't have been anybody else. It's guy.
Yeah.
It had to be him. Then you see him in some other roles, you're like, oh, I'm falling asleep
and
here.
he's
Like I'm
wearing
not
a wig
into it.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wears
Yeah.
a wig.
So like Asha, who was it? Who's Saif Ali Khan's mom? Sharmila Tagore. Sharmila, I think it was Sharmila Tagore who was saying when they would have to drive in the same car, they couldn't, and there were no ACs in the car, so it would get so hot, but they couldn't roll the windows down because his wig would otherwise blow off. So they had to sit in a hot car.
No, I imagine a lot of these guys do wear wigs. You know, I mean, I'm sure some of these women do as well because to make those poofy poofs.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that
mean,
they had
look,
in
they have to be appealing to people.
Yeah.
They have to look, presentable. And obviously that's the reason why people are watching movies too. They want like good looking people. They don't want to see the person, the person that looks like the neighbor next door. So
It's an escape for people.
It is
So
an
what's your
escape.
next question?
So you know how we were talking about how music is changed now, and it's not singable. Let's just say,
Yeah.
let's just say what it is. It's not singable. But guess what? Everyone is singing, and I tend to be following a couple of people on TikTok or on Instagram. I happen to have some young friends, including young daughter, and so I get into that kind of stuff. And I've noticed like what is trending.
It's the old songs.
No,
Punjabi
it's
songs.
Punjabi songs.
Punjabi songs are
But Punjabi
for sure
songs are
trending.
melody.
So
Yeah.
they're doing something right because they're capturing the same audience that Hindi songs used to capture. Punjabi songs are capturing now. Not any other songs, type of songs. I mean, there's
It's like
one
the
odd
song
here
like
and there.
Surmedani. These are singable songs.
They're singable songs.
Yeah.
And then if you look at Karan Aujla or you look at Diljit, their songs are just so catchy.
Diljit needs to chill a little bit. He's been singing way too many songs. Every 2 weeks, there's a new song coming. That's my one criticism. He has good, catchy songs.
criticism is
but I'm
you're
like,
doing
dude,
too much art there.
chill. Like, no, because it's like overexposure. Like, and his latest songs, the latest ones, are just like one song after another. It sounds about the same. So I hope if Diljit, you're listening, please slow down
and
work
chill
on your
the
melody
video too. The videos that are being made right now, they're not
There
appropriate.
you go. She's got an opinion
But
too.
anyway,
so
let's go
Diljit,
back to
we
our
have
Hindi
high hopes
song.
for
Okay,
you.
so I actually don't want to go back to the Hindi songs. I
No,
wanna
because
go to
that's
the-
our topic for the show, wasn't
Well,
it?
it's all good. It's all music. It's all Desi
Acha.
music. We talk about
we can
everything.
stick to Hindi songs,
It's
but
all-
right now, if we're gonna talk about Hindi songs, we just have to talk about the past. There's really nothing new.
Let me just add to the. Here's the problem with the new songs. This is the new songs that are hits. Okay, it's from the old movie Ashki. They redid it. Ek do
Oh my
teen.
God,
They're
yeah, the
redoing it.
redo.
All the songs because they don't have the new melodies, right?
Yeah.
But when they do the new version, do you like it? Because I don't.
No.
Yeah.
No,
It's like you took something that was a masterpiece and you still couldn't get it right. Like, dude,
Because
all you had to
there's-
do was re-sing the song.
there's certain beauty in a song, and when you add chankar beats to it, the way they used to in old-fashioned days, it ruins it.
Right.
We don't need so they used to add extra beats to it, and that was in the late 80s, early 90s, and it ruined the song.
Yeah.
Now they take the beats out and they make it into kind of this like
Sad.
guitar.
Arjit Singh. What's his name? Arjit Singh. I mean, he's a good singer, but dude, like everything is sad.
There's nothing that I like.
Or actually,
Yeah.
new,
It's like
some
a
of the new
yawn.
singers, they're not singing from like internal. They're not singing. They're singing up here, and it sounds very shallow the way they're singing. And I don't know if that's considered more beautiful. I don't know. I don't find beauty because I'm like, that's not how human beings sing.
I kind of wonder, okay. And it's kind of like maybe the youth that's listening to it has changed, so they're catering to that youth.
But youth is not singing those songs.
Is it because it's kind of like this chill vibe, this sort of, someone who's been smoking marijuana has that kind of like, laid back. And so that's the kind of music they want to like listen to as well. It's like this chill. It's not this Lata Mangeshkar singing in a high pitch.
It's not, in old
It's unsettling
songs that
for
were
them.
like, not old, but even like, when we were kids, it's even the chill songs didn't sound like you're not singing. They were still artistic masterpieces. And now it's like, they're not artistic masterpieces. It's just, okay, so you can sing a song. That's all I get from you. You can sing a song.
I also feel like Bollywood is where creativity goes to die. When like you've seen some of the great musicians also. Okay, by the way, Karan Aujla as an example. Okay, he literally has a song that was super hit.
Toba Toba?
No, something die, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
So I believe they put it in a Hindi movie recently, and he read the song,
sounds
and it was terrible.
horrible.
Why
They
would you
killed the
let somebody
song.
do that to your own song that was very good? Why would you do that? Now,
He probably got a lot of money
but that's
from it.
we've
so-
seen
Series
that.
gave him a lot of
We've
money,
seen that
apparently.
time and time again with like some of the musicians that we follow.
Bali Sagu. I think it happened to
Bali Sagu, yeah, he was
Bali
great,
Sagu,
and
it
then he
happened
just
to
started doing that
Mangal Singh, it
Bollywood
happened to-
flashback 1,
Yeah.
flashback 2, and then like even the directors, Gurinder Chadda, who was so good
Yeah,
with
what's
Bending
going
Like
on with
Beckham.
her?
She did, the Bhaji by the Beach and all of that. Then she went to India, and I think there's so much money that gets thrown at you when they think you're good. And then you get sort of like this, caught up in that fame, right? All of a sudden you're rubbing shoulders with Yash Chopra and these big movie stars. Amitabh Bachchan is inviting you to your home. And they sort of stop pushing themselves and they get caught up in that moment.
Yeah.
When she did Bride and Prejudice, it was terrible.
horrible.
Yeah.
Who told her
cannot
to
believe
make that movie? Why did she do that? And then after that, I don't think she made a movie after that. Like, I don't know what she did
I
after
don't
that.
think so either.
Yeah.
It kind of like, that was a while ago. That was a good 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I could not handle that movie.
I think she did one movie actually
I
that
watched,
I think was,
20 minutes of it,
yeah.
and I turned it
Oh, it
off.
was so it
was
was
bad.
so
I think
cheesy.
in those
It was
movies,
so
they
terrible.
also add a lot of, they kind of shape more stereotypes. Like
Yeah.
they give more fuel to the stereotype. And that's why I don't like watching those movies.
Gurinder Chadda, I'm kind of a little fascinated by her. I don't know her, but she obviously has been a UK, like amongst the artists and stuff. If you watch old UK kind of shows that they used to have on TV about Bhangra and stuff, she was the host a lot of times. So
I didn't
she's
know that.
been-
Okay.
She's been in
she's
that
been
industry.
in that industry. And it's like, what happens that she goes and does like Bride and Prejudice and completely forgets what her background is, what she already knows, how, we are not that. So when you're showing Punjabis, how do you get that wrong? If I am making a movie about Punjabis, that's one thing I won't get wrong because that's like forgetting my own name. I'm not gonna get it wrong, So how do they get that wrong? What kind of pressure are they under?
I think it's just caught up in the moment. Like all these movies, like, oh my
it's
God, Amitabh
money
Bachchan, like if
and-
Amitabh Bachchan started calling me and Aishwarya Rai's calling me, I'd be like, oh, whoa, I'm going to get caught up in that moment. Meera Nair didn't, surprisingly, because
she's
Monsoon
always done a
Wedding
good
was
job.
very,
She
catering
gets
to
I
that.
I see
Yeah.
Meera Nair. That's why
She pushed
I
back.
sense calmness in Meera Nair because she's not on social media going, now I'm with this person, now I'm with, you hardly see her, you know? You don't see her in social media. Now you're starting to see her because Zoran Mamdani won the race, but, you know, only in the role of his mother. She's not coming out like, look at me, I'm this great producer of this film. She's like, I'm his mom.
This is not my moment. This is his moment.
This is his moment. And this is not about my movies. So when you hear her talk, she was like, thank you for praying for my son. You know, like and then I watched her clip the other day. She's like, this is for some organization. It was like Moms something. And she's talking from the point of view, from the lens of being a mom, not from her lens of her own thing. And I don't think I ever heard her before. And I was like, wow, she's a really genuine person, you know. Gurinder Chadha, I've been watching her social media posts, and I don't want to necessarily talk down to Gurinder Chadha either, because she's an artist also, and she's she's done some great work. But I don't sense that kind of calmness and confidence from Gurinder Chadha as I sense from Meera Nair.
I mean, I don't know her that well. All I can judge from is what the output's been, right?
Is, yeah.
And from the output, and I don't even kind of blame her. I blame, there's something there where even the most creative people, when they go, they get so caught. And I think the reason they got caught up, it is starstruck, because a lot of these people that we're talking about, like Bali Sagu, Gurinder Chadha, right? They grew up not in India, in the United States, had no connection, grew up on watching these movies.
In England, right?
Grew up watching these movies, and then all of a sudden now you're part of that, and those people are reaching out to you. They're like, don't worry, we've got this extravagant, set designer, extravagant, clothing designer, and all of that. So now it's like, it's losing that little, that simplicity that their movies had initially.
Authentic self.
I think in Bollywood, my understanding is, because they're making so many movies, and all these actors at one time concurrently are making like 10 different movies, right? So when you think about Gurinder Chadha doing Bend It Like Beckham or Baji on the Beach, you got small time actors who are, that's their focus,
laser focused on it.
So you can really groom them to do what you want. Whereas you got Aishwarya Rai, who's probably at that time, she was at the top of her game. She probably doesn't have 10 minutes for you, right? But going back to music, I still think, in my opinion, I think it's easy to blame the youth of today and say they want this, they are still listening to Punjabi songs, which are like bangers. The Punjabi songs have got the beat, they've got the lyrics, they've got all of that special something, the ingredients it takes to make a great song. And what Bollywood seems to be doing is they go, oh, Karan Aujla, everyone likes him. Bring him over. Take his song,
Oh, and then the South Indian song did well too. Let's put them together.
Well,
and make a song out of it. It's like, no.
When they make a hit, Hindi songs made from originally what was a Punjabi song is absolutely doesn't. I can't even sit and listen.
I feel like it's too.
Like even
there's a dissonance. They're fighting with each other. Those two styles. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So even that song, like that "Ve Main Long Te Malachi." They made a Hindi song out of it. How do you make?
I didn't know that.
Main Long Tu Lachi, this and that. It sounds so. Ve Main Tu Long Te Malachi has that certain kind of energy.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, and it's
simple.
It's simple and energetic.
Yeah.
The Hindi version sounds like, what are you talking about?
The other day, so right along the lines of what you're talking about, the other day I was playing some songs, and usually at the office I don't listen to Desi songs, but this day I was like, let's go, let's have some fun, right? And the song that was playing was Marjani, Marjani, Kasmanukhani, Marjani, okay? And my friend who's Marathi, I say, hey, do you know what this means? And she said, I don't quite know, but I kind of know how to use it, but I don't quite. I said, well, let me tell you what he's saying. He's saying, go die, go eat your husband. And she's like, oh my God, like she's laughing so hard. But like, they don't understand. That's not a love song.
It's not a love
Why
song.
they could have put any other lyrics.
Yeah.
Why? Like, even when you watch that movie, by the way, it's such a good movie.
Which movies?
Billu Badshaw.
Okay.
Billu Barber or Billu Badshaw. They actually had two titles for that movie. the song is just a random song in the movie. Okay, so they could have put any lyrics there. They did not need to put those lyrics there, which the first time I'm listening to it, I'm like, this is like it's in Gana ka rahe ho. Like, what are you doing
like
here?
Hindi song, purana Hindi song, like Main Jatt Yamla Pagla Divana. You know, Yamla Jatt was an artist at that time in Punjab, and they in the film it's filmized, if that's a word. It's filmed as like some a drunk guy.
Yeah.
This was an artist. His name was Yamla Jatt.
But Yamla means something? I don't know. Does it?
I don't know. But he was he has his
Tumbi.
kids are still there.
Right.
Tumbi and
He's
all
known
that.
for
And
Tumbi.
he used to go to, radio and perform on radio and stuff like that. But they make a song like Main Jatt Yamla Pagla Divana. Like, what in the
Apparently,
world?
he passed away like
He has,
poor.
yeah, he's
Like
poor.
he
Yeah,
was not well off throughout his life,
his
even
family,
at the top of his career.
Yeah, so people who, I think his son or somebody was talking about it, they said he was so simple and down to earth. Like he was a regular person. Like he would pack his own food when there's a performance, like radio, wherever he's going to go sing. And he would just go there and sit on the floor somewhere, rug, whatever, and just like wait for his turn, And I think that's the kind of artist you were talking about. Like they make them stand on this stage now, like you're going to stand here. And it's not the reality.
This
That's
is
not
your
how they
persona.
are.
Like this is what you need to like stylize you, and this is polish you up and go comb your hair and put a little gel in there. It's like no, they don't need it. Just let him go.
Yeah.
He doesn't need any of that. He doesn't need to rely on any of that stuff because some of those performers are so strong. You brought up Yamla Jatt. Like I feel like everyone needs to give him a little bit respect and recognition because that man sang with one tumbi, and his voice is very humble too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you hear that humility in his voice, and all of these like the Punjabi MC song, right? Mundiya to bach ke rahi, the Tumbi reference. I mean, I think at some point, I hope the youth of today understands like how strong and how influential Yamla Jatt was, and unfortunately, how much he still didn't get the respect and the money that he should have had. And
I think a lot of these songs that are considered romantic, sorry, I'm losing my voice, were also spiritual in nature. So there was a lot of spirituality in songs. And I don't want to say just the old song. I mean, even just now, like Tujh Mein Rab Dikhta Hai, that's still singable song for that reason, because people just, there's something about certain songs that just gets you. And, like, I don't even know rest of the lyrics of that song, but like Tujh Mein Rab Dikhta Hai, that's catchy. And that's another one that's my go-to song. I'll sing it. Like if I'm driving in the car, I just, that one sentence, it makes so much sense to me. Like if you can see spirituality in people, in family, in your relations, that's what the life is all about, actually.
Well, Punjabi singers are so influential, right? So do you have, Upma, a favorite out of there's so many right now.
I mean, I have many favorites. We grew up, and I don't know if you want to go to Punjabi. You said you.
No,
didn't
it's all
wanna talk
good.
about
Like
Punjab?
it's all.
Okay.
I mean, it's such a. You can't have a discussion about music and not talk about Punjabi music at the same time.
Yeah. So we kind of grew up on the 80s Bhangra.
Right.
And we were so obsessed with it as young people. And I still am amazed that there was a whole Punjabi scene in UK that literally influenced the Bhangra of then what became Canada. It reached India as well. And then what is
And
today.
Pakistan too.
Yeah.
By the way, they listen to a lot of British Bhangra over there.
So
Yeah.
I love British Bhangra. I know that at that time there was a parallel, obviously, music going on in India. So British Bhangra groups were going on in UK. There was like Surinder Chinda and Shirdul Sikandar and all those guys in India around the same time. This is like early 90s.
Even Gurdas.
It's a very different
late
style.
80s.
Different style. Yeah.
So you had two parallel. And so it was funny because being young people at that time, we were all divided. It was like, who listens to the UK Bhangra versus who listens to India Bhangra? And I remember going to India in 1989. I was a teenager. And I'm like, oh, I had all these ideas. I'm going to go over there and buy all these albums,
Cassettes.
right? And because it was so hard to get cassettes here. And we go to India and they're like, who the heck are you talking about? Because we're like, we want the new Hira group. Because we had all these copies of copies,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because
We wanted the originals,
like, what's the latest?
So somebody had a cassette and then we
Apna
lent
Sangeet.
it. Yeah, they lent it to us
Azad.
and we made a copy
Yeah.
and gave it to someone else.
Sotas, yeah.
So we had all these really, really bad quality copies, but which we still listen
listen
We
to.
listen
them.
to
And so
over
it was
and
like,
over again.
we need originals of all this stuff. We want to get. You would go to a big music store, and at that time there were lots of those. Every corner had a music store, and they looked at us like we were talking gibberish. They're like, we've never heard of these groups. We've never heard of Alap. Alap maybe because Alap had kind of made it into Bollywood as well a little bit. But if you talk about Hira, you talk about Premi.
They
you
didn't
talk
make it
about
into
Azad,
Bollywood.
you talk
Bollywood
about-
took their stuff.
They took their
Literally,
stuff.
there's
Okay.
music and lyrics.
So what's interesting is
Sahotas
the
and all
first
those.
time I listened to a lop song, it was a friend played it, and I was like, "Oh, this is really beautiful."
Yeah.
And you know what song?
I think it was
was?
Papi, any Papi. Yeah.
No,
Was
it was
Apna Punjab
Chunni
ho,
Udd Udd
Udd
Jayega,
Oh,
Dukh
that's a
Khul
good
Okay,
song, yeah.
so timing was such that I listened to the song and literally like a year later, not even a year, few months later, and I was looking for that song. I'm like, I want that song. It was such a beautiful song. Few months later, the movie Dil comes out, and suddenly I hear "Mujhe Neend Na Aaye,"
It was
I
such a
pissed
yes.
off.
They were
It
so
made
blatantly
me
copied.
so
And they would say
angry.
we made it better. That's the
ma-
cockiness
that-
in those
No, you didn't.
music
I mean,
composers.
look
I
at-
think it was Anand
I mean,
Milan.
you take someone's music
Yeah.
who came up with that music, is
Yeah.
the original composer, and you take it and then you make it into this, I'm sorry, raggedy, mujhe neend na aaye, mujhe chain na aaye, like rather than chunni udd udd jaye, gud khul khul jaye, dil bado badi nikli hai or something. It's
Right.
such a from the heart song, and then you made it into this fluffy little
And
thing.
that singer's voice is just magical,
Magical.
right? Chani's
Chani,
voice was
yeah.
just magical. It was
I was
so
pissed
beautiful.
off. And I had a rule. I'm very much about justice. So if I noticed that the music was copied, something was copied, I would not watch that movie. I would abandon ship.
We
at
boys,
that point.
I've not
I
seen
still-
the movie
I
Dil
haven't seen
because of
it,
it.
and-
So
Yeah, I
we
would
are
not.
three people
Yeah.
who have
Oh,
not
we
seen the
absolutely.
movie
I
Dil.
still
we would
don't.
not. Yeah.
That I think the justice part is very much ingrained. Like if I know, like that's why that song that they made with Women Long Tim Tulachi with
you
the
can't
Hindi
listen
version
to
of it. The minute it comes on YouTube or on my feed, I have to turn it off because I get angry. Like how dare? And there's this, I don't know. It's one of the popular Hindi movie. I think it's Kirti Senan maybe.
Okay.
She is dancing with it, and it's just like, no, that's not how it is. It's Neeru Bajwa. She already had a film. The song is already in a film. It's Ami Virk and
And
Neeru
it's
Bajwa, and it's a
beautiful.
beautiful
And
song.
there's another
And
man
the way
too. I
they-
forgot
the
what
way
the other
they-
actor's name is. Yeah.
The way they filmed it, it's Hindi song. It's horrible.
Okay.
That
is
movie
it,
just-
like, sorry, is it
Go ahead.
trying to be like
No,
sexual?
it's
and-
no. It's in somebody's home, like
Okay,
a
at
courtyard
least they
type of
didn't
thing.
do that to
They're
it.
trying to make it like some sort of a home gathering, and they're dancing. This
Okay.
girl is dancing, but it has not. It is not even close to what the actual original is.
Yeah. It doesn't tug at the heartstrings like the other one. Like I know, like when you watch the movie I forgot what the movie's called, Long Lachi or something.
Long
Okay.
Lachi, huh.
That is a hilarious
It is.
movie.
That's a funny
like
movie.
especially the first half up until Ami
laughing
Virk
just
arrives.
thinking
I
about it.
love that movie. It was so funny, and that song is just so from the heart. It just goes with that story. And so it's unfortunate when they take something and they just dumb it down and hey, we're gonna take this beautiful song that was had all this context to it. Now we're gonna just put it and play it in the back while they're partying. Like that has no, that's not gonna have that effect on anybody.
The other thing which is really disturbing to me is, and I think Kuch Kuch Hota had that scene where he comes, where they pretend, they want to make it look like it's a Punjabi household. And he comes to Kajol's house and she goes, oh, Baba ji aaye hue hain, Baba ji aaye hue hain. And then there's like it sounds like like in a Punjabi household, maybe we're having a kirtan. And we are referring to Guru Granth Sahib Ji as Baba Ji, maybe, right? It's not some person who has come.
So totally wrong.
Totally wrong representation. And then they'll play some random music in the back that may sound like kirtan going on, but it's not kirtan. So it's a really, I think Hindi movies is like, I'm so critical for that reason, because when it comes to not the mainstream culture, but the other cultures, they really misrepresent them.
But you think that, look, living in Bombay and Delhi, in that sort of, high society, the echelons of society over there, that is like, is that how they practice their religion? Like, they've got this sort of, like, sometimes you see like some star has passed and then all of a sudden they'll show like, the ceremonies going on at their home, and you're like, is this Sikhism? Is this what religion is? Like, you can't quite figure out. They kind of have their own thing going on.
But those are the people who are also making these films,
because
they themselves are confused.
That's what I'm saying, that they're just exposed to, that's what they're exposed to, and so that's what they show in the films, because they don't even take the the inconvenience of, hey, maybe I should talk to somebody who is sick and check in on them and get some advice. Like, am I doing this right?
What's really interesting is, I mean, speaking about exactly that, and that effort is required if you're trying to show the truth and show a character honestly, right? So, long time ago, I remember, I was on this is when there used to be these discussion boards. Do you remember, like, discussion boards? So, SickNet had his discussion board. And I think I commented on something, and someone who was an author contacted me and said, hey, can you do me a favor? I have a Sikh character in my novel, but I want to make sure, even though I've done a lot of research and I have friends who are Sikh, but I want to make sure I'm doing justice to the character. And you seem like you know a lot about the history and all of that. Can you read my novel? This was like just the first kind of draft. And make sure that I didn't get anything wrong.
Yeah.
It was that important to this author that they seeked out someone and asked them to do me a favor and do this.
There should be a sense of responsibility, right? When you're trying to show something, like,
like even when we do research, part of the integrity of being ethics of research is, like, let's say I interviewed you and I interviewed you. I'm going to transcribe, and then now it's called member checking. I'm going to send the transcript back to you. Hey, can you check to make sure I wrote everything correctly? Is there something you think I still need to change? Or maybe when you said it, you didn't really mean it. It came out wrong. We can still change it. That extra step of accuracy is really important. But then some people will argue, well, that's research. This is entertainment genre. Anything goes. So there's that thing also, that entertainment genre doesn't have to be accurate. For example, like when we see Grey's Anatomy or those shows that are hospital shows, everything might not be accurate. So people get away with that. Well, it's the entertainment genre, but it misrepresents people. So there should be some responsibility.
It's interesting, and I know we're kind of deviating from the topic, but just to conclude this one. You think in UK, with the amount of Sikhs and Desi people, not just Sikhs, but Desi people that stay in UK and that have been there, part of their fabric for 200-300 years. I mean, they were the ones who were there in India, right? And you think they would get something about names right? They will show like a Muslim character with a name like Mahesh Khan.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it so many times. Yeah.
Right? Or a Sikh character with the name Syed something. And you're like, can you get the names right? And all it would take is just going to one person, your next door neighbor, because your food vendor, you guys all go and buy Indian food, and just say, hey, I have a Muslim character, you're a Muslim, does this name sound right? Just go consult. Do that extra step. Otherwise, it's laziness.
So there's actually a show. There's a show. It's with the girl from Bend It Like Beckham. I've heard Narinder something. No, the girl who starred in Parminder Nagra. Okay, Parminder Nagra. It's actually a pretty good show. DC Ray, Rai. Okay, DC Ray. Okay, Ray is like a very Bengali name.
Yeah.
Okay, but she's sick. Kinda can't figure it out until she goes to the Gurdwara and she's like, oh, now I'm at my place of worship. So you're like, oh, okay, she's sick. So I was like, didn't
is your
she
name
like
Ray?
go to the person who wrote the script and say, hey, maybe we need to modify that to RAI instead of RAY, because it is a major difference in, where she's from. So yes, that is my frustration with them. They do this
Laziness.
Anil Khan, and you're like, what? Like, what happened
And
here? They
especially
can't seem to get it right.
UK should know. If anybody, they colonized that South Asia, so they
For
should be
how
much
long?
more knowledgeable about that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, their butts were kicked also. But so that more the reason they should know who's kicking their butt.
So one theory that I
Sorry,
have, why
I didn't mean to say that, but
no, you
yeah.
go. You say what you need to say.
It is what it is. Facts are facts, right? So
Going back to British Bhangra, the sound. I think British Bhangra also had its unique sound because a lot of the people who were in those bands and created those bands came from, were exiled from Uganda and those countries.
Nairobi,
I think they had a little bit of that African sort of beats to
But
it that
sometimes
they
they would have
added.
those,
Because it was reggae. It was
So they were
reggae
able
influence.
to add in a lot of that flavor in there that you're like, where is this coming from? But it took
was
me a while to figure
African.
out that I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That they probably, were influenced by the African music
They
that was
probably
there.
were. That's a good
can I
point.
ask you guys a question?
Is this a quiz?
You always ask, can I ask you a question? You should just say, I have a question I want to
No,
ask.
because she wants to say it's a quiz.
It's a
so then
quiz,
we're
okay.
like,
Because if I
okay.
say I want to ask you a question, that means I don't have the answer. I have the answer. I want to quiz you.
Oh, okay. Go on.
So this is an interesting one. Actually, I found it very interesting. So what year was the first Punjabi song, Bhangra song out of UK?
This feels like Jeopardy.
this is a
but
hard one.
1981.
I'm gonna test you.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask your answer your question with a question, which I hate it when people do that to me. So
go
do
ahead.
not ever
I
do
love
that. To
it. Yeah.
What was the record company?
For the first one, you might not even know the first one, so be careful.
I'm going to say 1981.
We had Multitone. We had Oriental Star.
Okay.
We had
Yeah.
after that Roma and some others came in, but Multitone and Oriental Star were kind of the main
original
first
ones? Okay.
that I remember.
Okay.
So
So if you know the song, if you know the band, if you know the year.
no, that's a tough one. I would guess Oriental Star because I think they were the first ones on the scene.
Would it be
I
like
would guess.
Tutak Tutak Tutia, or was it something before that even?
Way before that.
Way before
Yeah.
that.
So I mean, you guys already know about.
Is it like
Alap.
Hira? Oh, Alap.
I mean, you already know about Alap, right?
okay.
This was before Alap. This was before. This was way.
You're just
before.
gonna have to tell
That
us.
would
Do
be
you know?
like
Because
when
I
I
don't
was
know.
in
Yeah, I'm
You guys
curious.
will know
I'm
the
actually
song.
curious.
You guys will know the song. That's the funny
Okay,
part.
well, I'm
It's
gonna
like
kick myself.
Mastana. Was he in England? No.
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 So-
Because some of them used to perform in Canada and England.
Okay, so the album was called Bhabiye Akh Lad Gayi. Okay.
Oh.
The band, the group,
Was
it
it
was called. They were
Sahotas?
called. No, they were called
Pujangi.
Puchangi. And it was in
okay.
1969.
Chunky.
1969.
But Pujangi
guys.
is like, like such a, like Nihangs, their kids are called Pujangi, but
They called themselves Puchangi, and the band was, it was in 1969, and the song was, you guys know the song. Bhabiye Akh Lad
Oh,
Gayi,
is that
Dile
that
Munde
old?
Dena.
from
You're kidding.
1969.
I didn't know it was that old
Yeah.
because the sound is
Kehte
like
tere na pyar
1980s.
sada soniye.
That is a beautiful song.
Yeah.
That is a
So
beautiful
you guys
song.
listen to Pujangi
That is
because
a
that's the
beautiful song.
original one. And then Alap came after that.
That is
And
that
then
is
their-
really like going down.
Memory
I was
lane.
actually shocked because I knew Alap came about 1979 and that was their first album, Teri Chunni De Sitare, which I kind of knew. I knew it was like either 79 to 81 kind
Right.
of. But I had no idea a decade before there was a hit
That there was
album.
I didn't know it was like that song is so fresh still that
Yeah.
it doesn't seem that old. But okay, speaking of niche, right? Because we're like going into a niche with the UK Bhangra going back to like the 1980s and all of that, which where beautiful music was made. Okay, speaking of niche, Chamkila was a niche. Chamkila
Oh my
was not
God. That was not
everything
mainstream.
for everybody.
No.
And here's why I bring it up because recently, the Chamkila movie came out with Diljit, right? There's this very famous critic, Anupma Verma, Anupma Chopra. She was doing an interview of one of the stars from that movie. and the way she set up the question, which made me want to like throw my phone against the wall, because she said, oh, Chamkila, he was just so famous. And, he was like the Elvis of Punjab during that time. And girls had posters of Chamkila on the walls of their bedrooms. I'm like, are you kidding me?
not.
Like,
No.
I realize you're trying to hype up this film, but man, you're like really revising history here.
Yeah.
Because to that extent, Gurdas Maan, I would understand. Yeah, he was like you want to talk about Elvis of Punjab, maybe Gurdas Maan at that time. Because Chamkila was like mid-1980s, late 1980s. The people who were putting up his posters were probably truckers in their truck, which there's no disrespect to that, but girls in their bedrooms were not putting Chamkila posters.
First of all, girls in their bedroom in Punjab would not put any guy's poster.
Exactly.
Even now,
exactly.
maybe now.
Exactly.
I don't know. But
And
not at
city
that
people
time.
didn't know who he was.
We didn't
They
know.
had no
We
idea.
didn't. We
Like
didn't
this
know.
was I mean, he definitely was very big, very popular, very impactful. He had a huge following, but it was still a niche. Like if you knew, you knew. If you knew, you loved him.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like my dad's listening to Chamkila, because it was like not the kind of music
And
that
it
the
wasn't
average
the kind of
person
music
listened
that
to.
was playing on radio either. If you
No.
turn on the radio or TV,
You
we didn't
wouldn't.
hear.
They had a
Chamkila.
kade. Like he did his
No.
akade.
The
People
thing is, some of his
performed.
music was very sketch. It was very like,
It was inappropriate.
It's a little out there.
inappropriate. And Punjab is not that kind of a place. Like you just don't, if somebody was playing that in the street, the neighbor would be like, turn that off,
Yeah,
please.
people would be like, can you not
yeah.
play those
That's
songs?
not. But Gurdas Maan, Dil Ka Mamla hai.
Our grandma loved him.
Oh,
yeah.
Like oh munde da gana la.
oh,
Chane wale, chane wale.
Yeah, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਛਾਣਾ ਵਜਾਂਦਾ ਉਹ ਵਾਲੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦਾ
Yeah, he had his little duffly. I wish he
'Cause
would
I
bring his
think-
duffly back. He doesn't
Well,
have his duffly anymore, right?
I think however, whatever the politics that go with Gurdas Maan right now, that's regardless of that, I think he was the one who exposed a lot of people to Punjabi music. Because I think people had gone away from Punjabi music at the mainstream level. We were all listening to just Hindi songs, remember?
He reintroduced Punjabi
Reintroduced
music to Punjab.
so that it's not just the Chamkila crowd listening to him. It's like we started listening to it at a more mainstream, like, wow, this is so nice.
And he was
Dil
such a
Ka Mamla hai and
performer.
everything.
Like he was just entertaining. He was engaging. He was the
I still
guy next
remember-
door that you would be like, yeah, come over for tea. Like Diljit is kind of like that. Like everybody feels good about him. Nobody will say, oh, I don't want my kids hanging out with them. Like that's how Gurdas Maan was back in the 80s.
I still remember Gurdas Maan. The first time I saw him on TV, he was this young guy, right? And it was black and white. And he's just standing there in his like button-down shirt and pants, like dressy, like he's going to go for an interview. And he's holding his duffly or chane or whatever. And he's just singing, Mamla Gadbad hai. And everybody was so mesmerized, like, who is this person, right? And then, of course, our Dadi ji was like, "A gana
His songs had a component of comedy in it.
Comedy, and they were
like, the
and going
lyrics were
back
funny.
going back to the concept of singability.
Yeah.
People started singing
Singing it
those songs
right away.
Yeah,
Right
right
away
away.
we were
It was
singing.
They
singable
did a
songs.
Hindi version of that song, didn't they?
Of course they did.
I think they did.
Why wouldn't they do it?
Dil ka mamla. I mean, it's so
course,
easy,
Dil
right?
Ka
Like, you
Mamla
just-
is also
Dil
his
ka
song, but
mamla.
they
Dil
did
ka
it.
mamla. That phrase became popular
Yeah.
because of that song. You
Yeah,
know, just
Dil
the
Ka
word Dil
Mamla
Ka
hai,
Mamla.
Dilbar, that's also like from adopted from that. The concept of Dil Ka Mamla.
Dil
It's
Ka
not like
Mamla.
a,
That
he
phrase.
came up with that.
Okay, let's go back to, I know we've been criticizing Bollywood a lot, but look, all the talent, right? All the singers with their amazing voices, even if we don't like how they sing now, I bet you those guys can sing really well. They're just not needing to, okay? Or there's no demand for it from their
Like
music
what? What do you mean?
composers. So singers wise, who's your favorite singer of, like, let's say just Bollywood?
Just Bollywood?
Yeah.
I would say
What is that? Ik Te Gana Sonu Nigam. He sings well.
You know what? Sukhwinder. Sukhwinder
Sukhwinder
is really good.
uh-huh.
Sukhwinder Singh.
Oh my God. And I
He's
think
really
Sukhwinder
good.
Singh is one of them who went to Bollywood, but he kept his style.
He kept his
Like
style.
there's a certain style that if you want Sukhwinder to sing a certain song, He's gonna sing it in a certain
consistent.
style.
Again,
You know what's
like
funny?
that song, Light in Live in a Gate.
Yeah.
Try singing that song. It's
Wait,
hard. Yeah.
I just remembered the story about when we went to India. I was with you, okay? When we went to India and we told our Mama Ji to go get us Punjabi music. And then, so we couldn't find it. So he went and he brought back like 10 tapes, okay? One of them was Sukhwinder. That was
You
the
know what
only one that we're like, oh, I think this is kind of like
Oh, you know, do
a
you
little
remember
bit like
the name
British.
of that tape?
South Hall, Munde South Hall.
Munda
Day.
South Hall.
Yeah.
Do you remember that song? ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਸੀਗਾ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਕੁੜੀਏ ਤੂੰ
Munda South. So that was his. So he started off singing Punjabi because that was the first time he was on the scene, and then his voice, I think, was so powerful that they started giving him like all the Hindi songs, and he, Chaya Chaya is his, you know,
And
all
imagine
monsoon wedding song.
there's
Aj Mera
nobody-
Dil Karda.
Aj Mera
nobody
Dil Karda,
can
my favorite.
nobody can sing Chaya Chaya the way he sang it.
Yeah.
You know, it just he has his very
It's
unique
nuts
song.
when you hear him sing live, like the.
I would love to go
because
to
he
live
changes, right? Like he
concert,
goes through like all the different pitches
Yeah.
and the different keys. It's like, oh my god, like how can how is that
There's
humanly
another
possible?
guy
You know,
who's a composer, maybe not a singer. I don't know. He has sung. He has performed with Sukhwinder. What's his merchant? Something merchant.
if he's new, I don't know.
Yeah.
If this is like last
Well,
3-4 years, I don't
Not
know.
last 3-4. He's longer than that, but I think he's usually behind the scenes. He's like a composer. He's really good too. Yeah, I forget his
wonder
first name.
I know, like, so A.R. Rahman does a lot of stuff with Sukhwinder a lot of times. I think he has real appreciation for Sukhwinder's voice.
And A.R. Rahman is the one who brought that girl who did Ikonkar in Rang De Basanti.
Who's the girl?
Her
I don't know the singer's name, but that was, I mean, it was such a like nicely done, very
Harsharan
respectfully done.
Kaur or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. I think Harsharan or...
Something like that, with the her in the front. And so A.R.
That
Rahman,
narrows it down.
Huh?
That narrows it down with the her at the front.
Yeah, that's like
like
literally
every
all of us.
like
But I think A.R. Rahman seems to be attracted to Punjabi singers. Because if he brought Sukhwinder and he brought Harsharan,
I think he's smart. I think he has an appreciation for like good music. I think he has an appreciation for like using actual, actual instruments and stuff too. But he also likes to experiment and he likes to do different things. That's why we don't see him composing bunch of music in Bollywood films. It's like once a year or once in 2 years that he's doing it. But he has to love the project that whatever he's working on.
yeah, that's true. And it has to be some sort of iconic, big ticket item.
Yeah. We were talking about singers. The one singer whose voice I absolutely love is Kishore Kumar. Like his songs, the way he sings them with so much like depth to it. All those I think from like the stuff he did in like 1970s. Rajesh Khanna and Amitabh Bachchan, he did a lot of that too. Just whatever he did, it was just like so touching. Like it just touched the soul. And it's even Muqaddar Ka Sikandar. Like that's such a good song too.
What about Shreya Ghoshal?
Oh, I like her
great.
voice very much.
I don't know if it hits my soul. Like I think
It doesn't
very
hit my
talented,
soul
but I don't
all
think
the
it
time.
hits my soul.
It depends
Super
on the
talented.
song
Yeah.
because some of it does because she knows music. You can tell she's not just singing a song like happens to be good at singing.
Yeah.
She knows her music.
For
and
sure.
she has the music
Yeah.
talent. And so does Sonu Nigam. These people came from
Yeah.
very much musical training,
They're all
musical
trained.
backgrounds.
They're classically trained.
Because Sonu Nigam said when he first entered Bollywood, he sang like his classical, and they're like, "You sound like an 80-year-old singing," because he'd be like, like
Yeah.
that, and then he goes, "Now the songs you hear, it's bad singing. It's what was considered bad singing in my training,
And he's
that's
not
what
singing
I sing."
so much anymore. Like he's not singing so much anymore. We
Yeah,
don't
that
really,
I don't know.
Like that's I think.
But he sung, that movie. I think it was Punjabi movie Sat Sri Akal. He sang Mittar Pyare Nu.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds so
I didn't know that.
good because he's singing musically.
Yeah.
He's not trying to be this entertainment genre singing. He's singing like it's something that should be sung, how it should be sung. So he even says that the way I'm singing, the what you hear, this was bad singing. And they're like, no, we want you to sing it like
that.
that. Yeah.
Like
And
dumb it down.
There's also Sean. Sean is Bengali.
He
I
has a
think.
great voice.
Sean,
Yeah.
Sean and Sonu Nigam
Yeah.
complement each other. Sean also grew up in a household where, both his parents were musicians.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, Sean, do you remember Sean and Sagarika?
Who?
Okay, so Sean started out singing with his sister.
Yeah.
So
does
right
have
around
a
like
sister.
late 90s,
During
maybe
Saregama?
mid 90s, late 90s. There was this pop scene that started up in Bombay. So you remember Made in India, right? So that song, and then Sean and Sagarika, his sister, them two would sing together, kind of like Nazia Hassan and Zohaib Khan, right? So they sort of started this, but their songs were, I didn't like them, but they were popular. Okay. And this is when India has like India MTV and all of that. So all this sort of pop songs are starting up. And so that's how we got to know Sean. But I didn't know his voice was so good that when he sang in different movies and he
sounds
hosted,
really
I
good.
think, Saregama, it was amazing. He seems like a nice
Isn't
guy.
he the one who sang Chan Sifarish Jo Karta Tumhari?
I think that's
Pita wo
Sonu
tumko.
Nigam.
Is that Sonu Nigam or Sean? But
I can't remember
that's
the
why I
song,
think
otherwise I
their
can-
voices are so similar. Their styles and voices are
I
so
can tell them
similar
apart.
to me
I can tell them
that
apart.
I have the style seems to be similar the way they sing.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
for
it's
sure.
funny, like our mom loved Muhammad Rafi, like everything Muhammad Rafi. So when I listen to Muhammad Rafi, I appreciate him from my mom's point of view because I can hear. I love listening to him because I knew mom loved listening to him. Of course, he's
He had an amazing voice.
amazing,
Yeah,
amazing. And
voice.
what I love about Muhammad Rafi, there's like this amount of like honesty in his voice. Like
He's
not
just
trying
singing.
to
He's
be
not trying to be
anything.
entertainment.
He's not trying to be entertainment, but he naturally just has that style, and
It's very romantic. Like his voice is like if you
So
like
romantic,
the
yeah.
epitome of like
Romance.
romance and like that's.
but it's the romance
Muhammad
slash
Rafi.
spirituality. It's that voice because he's just being who he is.
So when I felt like, oh my God, I really see another side of Muhammad Rafi was, you remember that movie? I think it's called Barsat Ki Raat with all the kavaliyan, right?
right.
Okay, beautiful kavaliyan. Right at the end, they have that kavali, ishq, 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 ishq. So Muhammad Rafi is singing and he goes like the highest pitch in that kavali. And I was like, I've never seen Muhammad Rafi sing, in that sort of style. So it was amazing to see his that sort of passion released, from doing the usual, like I think most of the 60s music was done by Opi Nair. Like that way he was kind of the
Opi Nair, Noshad. A lot of the fun songs were Opi Nair, like dun, 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 those kind of songs.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they were Opi Nair, and then Noshad was like more like earthy.
Noshad was like
But
the
did
more
you know-
classical because he did a lot of the
Yeah.
Anarkali or,
Yeah.
right?
But did you know the Nutan was a singer also?
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Nutan sang beautifully. I don't know if she sang in the like movies or something, but there are videos on YouTube where she's singing like live. And then there was somebody else. The other day I heard Bhagyashri sing. You know the one from Kabutar Jaja.
Maine Pyar Kiya.
I'm like one from Kabutar
she's
Jaja.
so cute still.
She
I'm
is cute
amazed at how
and-
beautiful she looks.
Well, I think she takes care of herself. Like
Yeah.
she works out, she eats well.
Good
this
for
and that.
her, yeah.
But I heard her sing that song from Maine Pyar Kiya.
Which one?
I forget which song, not Kabutar Jaja, but there were other songs in there. One of the songs from there. And she was right on the pitch. She sang like she's professional.
Wow.
And
People are
I
very
think a lot of people,
talented.
who I saw something on social media, that comedian guy, Kapil Sharma.
Oh,
he was singing a
he sings
ghazal.
amazing. He is
And I was like,
a
oh my
singer.
God, like this
sings
is an
really
amazing,
well.
it was
He
a
is
beautiful
so
ghazal and it was a
talented.
very, very challenging ghazal. It was by, originally from Ghulam Ali. So speaking of Bollywood copying other people and not giving them any
Yeah,
respect
credit.
and
Yeah.
any credit.
Yeah.
So this Qawwali that I was mentioning, the Ishq, 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 I read somewhere that originally that was from Bade Ghulam Ali Khan. So Ghulam Ali Khan's dad, who actually created it, and then the producers went to him, got permission to use it, and then they used it. Like that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it, you know?
Because otherwise, Bade Ghulam Ali Khan would have not been very happy.
But you know, that nowadays they're like, who cares? You know,
but
who cares about their feelings?
That's true.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah.
Like show a little respect.
I feel like there's so much. Okay, so in Bollywood, when music is made, there's somebody writing the lyrics, right? It's some poets, right, over there in the background writing the music. There's a music director who's composing the music. Then there's a singer who's getting the direction to sing in a certain way and all of that, right? So you got a bunch of like talented people coming together to make a song. Okay, I get that. I respect that for each of their special talents. But if you look at the like these small time bands and you know people who are trying to make it big, when we were talking about the UK Bhangra, these were teenagers in their garage, you know, coming up with these bangers that were like we still remember to this day, like Pabiye Aakh Lad Gayi, and we're like. That's a very well-known song.
It's stuck in my head now. I'm going to listen to it on my drive home, by the way.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
I am going to be listening to it.
Look it up, Jangi. YouTube, yeah.
So one good thing now is that, you know, with people being able to have access to so much information, right? So much access. I recently heard, so the guy who's the main music producer for Karan Aujla, this guy, Ikki.
Yeah.
And somebody asked him, like, what's your favorite band? They were in England. He's like, Sahotas. My last name's Sahotas.
I love the Sahotas.
And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Because I think like they don't get enough recognition. And they were brilliant.
Yeah.
Like their music, you listen to it, is like amazing.
The Sahotas who did the song Dove Janiya.
That's Hira. And that composer is very good too, Deepak Khazanchi, who did like they're ahead of their time, okay? But what I liked about Ikki recently is he came out, he said, you know, within Punjabi music, it shouldn't be just Bhangra. Like it doesn't have to be the same melody over and over again that we always tap into the traditional Gidda melody or, you know, Bolia melody or something. It can be other things too and still be Punjabi. And when we listen to the old British Bhangra stuff, we used to say, why can't Indian Punjabi music also
adapt to that
or try something else? Like it doesn't have to be the same melody.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that finally someone's saying, yeah, let's actually call it, you know, here's pop, here's, you know, Ghazal Punjabi. There's,
He's calling
you know,
it P-pop.
Yeah. I don't know if I care for the P-pop. Like,
But that's what they're calling it. Like, you know, K-pop for Korean music.
but we should be like setting
why do we
something
have
else.
to follow the same way?
Exactly. I feel the same way.
I'm just
Like,
saying that
I don't like the word pop
music.
anyway because it's just a phase.
no,
You know,
but no, it's not. I mean, I think like it's popular music, right? Short for popular music, whatever you want to call it. You can call it, you know, whatever term they want to use. But yeah, subgenres within
Bhangra.
Punjabi music.
Well, what ends up
Why
happening
can't we call
is,
it?
because we can call it pop music right now because this is the current music, right? As it phases out, and if you think about it, when they called rock music, well, the rock music
Today's
of the
rock is
1970s,
so different. Yeah.
we call it classic rock, right? 70s, 80s is classic rock. And then there's the pop again, right?
The
And it's gonna be-
alternative rock.
They all
Yeah.
slowly kind of become something
classic,
else, but
yeah.
they start out as pop.
But just the idea that finally someone's saying, yeah, it's not all the same. Like
At
there
the
is a
same time-
difference, and let's have those subcategories within Punjabi music.
Yeah, of course, because that means we're being more creative. But I think there's also something that hits your like at this your chemical makeup level, and that is when you hear that folk tune, it just has that chemical reaction, like, oh, where's that coming from? You know, so there's that very strong familiarity. Whereas, okay, if I'm listening to Dove Janiya, Gide Tirani, okay, that has a different familiarity. But if there's some very folksy tune, that has a different familiarity.
So yeah, so
we
they
need
can
both. We
coexist.
need both,
Yeah,
yes.
they can coexist,
Yes.
and I'm so glad finally. I will say this in Punjabi music, the last sort of 5 years, I've seen so much more creativity and so much openness to have different styles, different types of instruments added in there, different types of singers, different vibe. Like, and I hope they keep pushing themselves. Like, there's room for everybody. We just want good music
agree.
as a consumer.
But I think if any Punjabi singers are listening to me or Punjabi
Diljit
entertainment
Dosanjh,
genre,
hello.
Of course,
Like,
hi,
right,
Diljit Dosanjh,
just talk to him directly.
Diljit, Karan, all of you. I would say, music is great. We love it, right? We love their music. And we love the songs and we love the energy they bring. But some of the videos where women get objectified, please don't do that. That's not us. You're famous because your videos did not have that.
Yeah,
And now
it's just not for the
if
audience.
you start going that way, you're gonna face the same thing where we would have to stop listening because we can't stand watching that video. Or even if I'm listening to the song, I'm gonna remember what was in that video and I'm gonna have to reject that. So therefore, please, that is not our culture.
Regarding that, piggybacking off of what you just said, also your music, pay attention to it. Like, don't just put out songs. And I really think that Diljit is starting to sort of go on a decline. That's my opinion. I think it's the start of a decline. This may take a while, but I think that like right after that initial tour that he did, not this one, but the previous one, the one that Upmayu went to, that was the height of his career. Then after that, he's just come out with song after song after song with whoever wants to make a song with him. What he needs to realize is that when Ed Sheeran knocks on your door, some other singer, the American singer, knocks on your door and wants to create a song with you, I realize they might be under the same record label. But man, like you gotta say, hey, we gotta have a certain style, certain quality that we have to put out. Those songs are not that good. The one that he did with the Sia was not that good. I know everybody was excited because he was singing with Sia, but the song itself, like I listened to it once and I was like, I don't think I want to listen to it again.
But
it was
Ed
okay.
Sheeran, the one he did with, was it with Arjit? The one he did, Sapphire? That one is good.
It's okay.
I like it.
It's okay. I mean, good on Ed Sheeran because they need the Desi audience.
They want the Desi audience.
They need the Desi audience.
There's a number. That
same
is
thing
in
with
their
Karan
favor.
Aujla. Like you are in a stronger position here. You have more leverage, sir. Like you gotta like ask them to push themselves
Exactly.
to create like better melodies, better
Like
songs.
we shouldn't
better
be
stories.
molding to just because it's some sort of a big name Western artist doesn't mean you mold yourself to their style. They need to mold to your style.
They need the Desi audience. That's why they're all headed to Bombay, Punjab,
I would say
everywhere.
this. I think, I kind of like, I agree and somewhat disagree with what you're saying. I agree 100% that the name that you have, your brand, is very precious. And this goes for any singer. I don't care if you're just a local singer or whatever. Your brand is everything. And so you have to protect your brand. So the minute you put out something that isn't, that it's not liked, like for example, that video, right? Is that your brand?
Yeah.
Would Coke put out a drink that's not carbonated and put a stamp of Coke on it? No. They might do a different name because they're protecting their name. And so it's very important. So it's just marketing 101 that if you're going to put your name on something, a song, then make sure it's keeping your audience in mind, which is if you go to your concert, guess what? The 1-year-old and the 100-year-old are all there and their uncles and aunts and cousins and everybody, right? So it's a family affair.
It's a family
You
affair.
can't have that. You can't have that kind of background or video because we are scared then because next time I go to your concert I'm going to be like
Maybe I need to screen it.
Especially if you're in such a people know you and you are such a big star.
Yeah.
You can do 50 things right and that one wrong thing brings you down very fast.
And then I would also say that I wouldn't say that he's on his way down or anything
don't
like
think
that.
so.
I think Diljit has a long way to go. I think he's going to have many other avatars, if you will. Okay. where I think he will, as long as he stays true to himself.
I think
I don't think he is.
No, but you can't. He might have made mistakes. We're not going to just write him off. That's my opinion. I agree. Your opinion, yours. But I would say that it's time. It's a warning. And sometimes in life you need a warning when people say, "Wait a minute, what the heck was that?"
he tried something and it's not.
He's trying to be too like everything to everybody, and that
that's
doesn't work.
true.
And sometimes you have to kind of like
I see that
you
in
kind of
him,
have to like stand your ground and let everybody come to you, and they will. You know.
So what I would say is, I do consider him a brilliant artist, and as well as a person who knows, who's kind of done an amazing job of just coming out and just being noticed, and by staying true to himself. If he continues to stay true to himself, I think he has a long way to go. If he goes the Bollywood way, he has a slippery slope. Because right now, you don't want to chase someone. Bollywood right now is on a downward trend.
Yeah.
So why chase that? Chase upward trend or make your own trend. That's
But I
going
think
up.
I agree with you where you said he's trying to be everything to everybody. I see that in him, and that's the part that is
You
not
have to
well
be
liked.
It's not
very
attractive,
careful.
yeah.
It's not attractive.
So I think it's that maybe he's at that, fork in the road. You can choose this or you can choose that, but it's time to pick.
Yeah,
you know?
it's time to
I agree. Yeah, I think he's definitely at the fork in the road. Yeah, for sure.
But
This was fun.
this was really
We didn't
fun.
play Intakshri. I wanted to play Intakshri. All right. Do you guys want to play?
We can keep going if you want.
Do you want to do a quick Intakshri round?
Yeah, you start. I'll give you a letter.
Okay.
N.
N?
No.
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 N.
Na koi
I knew you were gonna sing that.
mang hai, na koi
Listeners, that's her
tarang
go-to
hai.
for
No, it's
Nana.
not. I literally have never sang this song.
You have always sang this song.
I
I was
don't-
already playing in my head, but I love it. Go on.
मेरा जीवन है क्या? Right? I don't know. if that's it.
इकट्ठी पतंग
है.
है.
हाँ.
हाथे
हाँ.
हम तुमसे मिले फिर जुदा हो गए देखो फिर मिल गए अब हो के जुदा फिर मिले ना मिले चलो ऐसा करें मिल जाए चलो हम सदा के लिए ला 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 ला.
Oh, whew. Oh my God, I'm blanking out.
You want me to give you a hint?
Oh my gosh. Love 86. Oh, miss. De kiss. Aya hai 86.
We're dating
Oh,
ourselves.
miss, de kiss. Aya hai.
Second movie of Govinda's.
And Neelam.
And Neelam.
And Farah.
And
Was
Farah.
Farah and then some other
Some
guy.
other guy, yeah.
Unfortunately, we
Chiki
don't.
cha cha cha.
Dun, dun.
Oh, miss.
Of
That
all
was
the
a fun
songs.
song.
Okay,
I was thinking of Legi Legi, but then I was like, it doesn't start
with
with,
Legi.
yeah. It says Mujhko hui
yeah,
na
that's also
khabar.
the
Okay, should we end with like just one song we sing together?
Okay.
What is that song? Oh, Sajan? 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 No.
Okay.
No, oh, really? Okay.
No. Sing something else.
Tama Tama Loge?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
What was
no,
your
no.
song? Did you even give us a song that you
I
liked?
didn't because my song changes every day.
Any Punjabi song?
They're also hard to sing.
They're
I'm
not
thinking
singable
of,
anymore.
Kya hua?
How about
That's a hard
Qayamat
one
se
to sing.
Qayamat tak?
Okay.
Which
Gazab
song?
ka hai din?
Oh.
But we don't know all the words though.
Doesn't matter.
How about a Nazia Hassan song? Like Kurbani?
Yeah.
आप जैसा
कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात बन जाए हाँ बात बन जाए मैं इंसान हूँ फरिश्ता नहीं डर है
महक
न जाओ कहीं अर्ध दिल न धड़केगा प्यार बिना ये तड़पेगा आप सब कहाँ है दिल आपको ही भाए हो बात बन जाए हाँ बात बन जाए